This Chazor Zeichen Nishbach has a Shraga Rabbi Yehuda has a Chullin Daf Tzadik Tes. The Gemara said that the source for Asr items being bottled in mixtures where the ratio is 1 to 60 or 1 to 100, depending on the Shita, is derived from the case of the Nazir's ram. The Gemara asked that a Brisa says that the case of the Nazir's ram is unique and therefore can serve as a basis to be learned from. The Gemara has given one answer, now it gives some more. So Rav said the Brisa means that the Nazir's ram is unique in that taste is not considered to be like the Asr item itself. Generally, with regard to Kachrim, it is. In the case of Nazir's ram, it's not. So, why don't we learn from the case of the Nazir's ram that a taste of kachim is not considered to be like the substance of the Yisr itself? Gemara says the pasuk regarding korban chatas teaches that taste alone is considered to be like the Asr item itself. Why do we choose to learn from the pasuk regarding chatas instead of learning from the case of the Nazir's ram? And the case of the Nazir's ram is a chiddush because it's a case in which we lechatchila mix things and make it bottle, which is something we are typically not allowed to do. Therefore, we can't learn from it. If so, we should not even learn out the 1 to 60 or the 1 to 100 ratio from it either. If the more learning the ratio is a chumrah, because the Raisa things become bottle in a simple majority. To learn a chumrah, we can do even from a chiddush. Ravina said the Raisa means that the Nazir's ram is unique in that the place where the leg is cut off from the animal is mutter for non-kehanim. Typically, the point of the cut is actually asr, but in this case, it's mutter. Rav Dimi repeated the ruling of Ravasi that Asr flavor becomes bottle in a ratio of 1 to 100. Abaye asked, is it true that all Asr flavor becomes bottle in 100? A mission regarding Truma that mixed with Chullin says if the Truma was not of the same kind as the Chullin and the Truma is no longer recognizable, if the Truma gives a flavor to the mixture, then it's Asr for a non-Kayin, even if there's 101 times the Truma in the mixture. If the Truma does not give a flavor into the mixture, then even if there is not 101 times the Truma in the mixture, it's mutter. Presumably this means that even if there is not 101 times, but there is 60 times, it's mutter. We see that an Asr item becomes bottle in 60, and if Rav Dimi said the Mishnah means that it will become bottle in 100, it will not become bottle in 60. In fact, the earlier part of the Mishnah discusses the case of Truma mixing into like kind Chullin and says that if Sa'ar of Truma fell into a dough of Chullin and there's enough Sa'ar to make the dough rise, then whether or not there's 101 times the Truma, the mixture is Asr. If there is not 101 times of the CR, then whether or not there's enough to make it rise, the mixture is weiter aser. Now, if this first part of the Mishnah is discussing bittul in 100 times, it must be that the later part is discussing becoming bottle in 60 times, such fair, and for the Gemara, it may be that the first case is discussing it becoming bottle in 101 times, the second case is discussing it becoming bottle in only 100 times. If there's chulin that's 101 times the amount of the truma, even if there's enough to make it rise, why would it not become bottled? There's certainly no taste of the truma in the mixture, and for the Gemara, Rav Dimi remained quiet. Abaya said maybe Sa'ar is different because there are some with very strong flavors that can impart flavor even when outnumbered by 101 times. Rav Dimi said you have reminded me of something that I actually heard about this concept in the name of Yosef son of Chanina, and Itaka said that different things impart flavors and different strengths. Okay, the more continued, Mishnah said, Ketzad Misharinon. Zachmar Rav Huna said the Mishnah means we view the gid as meat and the thigh as the tops of turnips. If there would be enough meat to impart a flavor into the turnip tops, the thigh is usr. Mar says the Mishnah does not follow the Rabbi Shmuel, the son of Rabbi Yechon ben Brechet of a Brisa, who says that gidin do not have a flavor, and therefore as long as the gid is removed from the mixture would not be usr. Mar says a person went to Rav Chanina to ask regarding food that had been cooked with the gid anosher. Rabbi Yehuda bar Zavina was sitting by the entrance and asked the person how Rav Chanina had paskin. The person said that the psak was that it was mutter. Rabbi Yehuda bar Zavina told this person, go back in and ask again. Rav Chanina told this one who was asking the shayla, he said, go out and tell the person who's sitting at the entrance that gidim ein boy tam have no flavor. Mar says when people would come to ask such a question to Rav Ami, he would send them to Rav Yitzchak ben Chaluv, who would paskin in the name of Rabbi Shimon Levi that the mixture is mutter, but Rav Ami himself did not hold this way. That's why he sent them somewhere else to get a heter. Where paskins, gidin do not have a flavor. Mishnah said gid anosher shenis bashel. In fact, why don't we say that the gid anosher becomes bottled in the majority of the mutter gidin in the pot? And the Gemara, it's a complete barrier. The gid anosher is a complete barrier, and therefore it's significant and does not become bottle.